and welcome back to my channel. I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. If this is your first time visiting me, I would like to thank you. While you're here, please like, subscribe, and share this channel. By taking this action, you will be helping the channel to grow. Also, take a moment to read my About page so that you can have some understanding about who I am. I will never copy another person's work, nor will I ever copy another person's title. That is because I am authentically me. This work is a part of my bloodline. I thank you for visiting, and I hope that you will return. Please check out my other videos. All are welcome to share his or her story in the comment section below, because your story may be a helpmate to someone else. My channel is a no judgment zone place for healing in some sort of way. If my video does not resonate with you, please do not try to make it fit your circumstances at all. For anyone else and everyone else that the message does make sense to, take from it what will help you on your journey towards your happiness in every area of your life. Once again, I am Empress Real 1584, the Good Witch. This channel is all about healing. So let's begin healing together. You know, if a reading is for a male, I will say so. If the reading is for a female, I will say so. If I say nothing, understand that energy. We are all energy, and we possess both masculine and feminine energies. And how I like to describe the masculine and feminine energy is like a cherub. A cherub has no sex. When you look at a cherub, you either say they're handsome or they're beautiful. It's the way you look at the cherub. Same thing with tarot. It's the way that you decipher the energy. If you're in your masculine energy, females, then guess what? You're in your masculine energy. Males, if you're in your feminine energy, guess what? You're in your feminine energy. But there's no sex when it comes to tarot. Tarot, the way I describe it, is like a cherub. Everything is based off of energy. Tonight, I am doing a Capricorn reading. This reading is for the sign of Capricorn. I hope that everyone is doing well. I really do. So let me get everything together over here. Let me get everything together. I was just on my TikTok platform, and I had a great crowd over there. And now I'm over here with you guys on YouTube. It's been a while since I've done a live over here. So let us get started. This is a Capricorn reading, male or female. This is a Capricorn reading. Let me cleanse my space. I just did a Leo reading, which I will be posting in a few moments after this reading. And then I will be posting this Capricorn reading as well. Once again, I hope everyone is in a good space. Listen, this reading is for the sign of Capricorn. Capricorns are strong people, very hard working people. Capricorns they're going to make it do what it has to do. When it comes to feeding their family, feeding themselves, they're going to make everything happen. They're going to work hard at making it happen for themselves and for their life. Cancers, oh, I said cancers. Maybe I'll do a Cancer reading soon, right? But we do have Cancer season approaching. But my apologies, right? I said Cancer. But there may be a Cancer that's connected to a Capricorn. Capricorn, you may be connected to a Capricorn. We're going to find out where this reading is going to go. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for the sign of Capricorn. Show me exactly what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. I heard famous. Famous, male or female. I heard famous. Let's find out why I just heard famous. Spirit guys, what message do you have for the sign of Capricorn? What message do you have for the sign of Capricorn? I just heard famous. Why did I hear famous? Thank you so much. Let's find out why did I just hear famous. Do you want to be famous, or are you famous in your own right? I just heard the word famous as I was meditating over the cards. This is a 9-card spread, Capricorns. We're starting off with limitation, right? This is the nature spirit. We have limitation. This is the number 44, the number 44. I love seeing the number 4 in a reading. I especially love seeing the number 44. And I also love seeing the number 444 and 4444. Those numbers and that combination hold great power. When I see the number 4, to me, it depicts make a wish. But we have the number 44, so you have 2 wishes, Capricorn. Capricorn, it looks like you're setting limitations on yourself. It seems like there's something that you're looking forward to doing, but you feel like if you don't do it in a certain amount of time, that you're going to move on to another venture, another project. Spirit is saying stop setting limitations on yourself. You're only limiting yourself by doing so. Spirit is saying that you will be able to get this done. Whatever it is that you're trying to do for yourself. I specifically feel like this is something that you want for yourself. Spirit is saying that maybe you need to get outdoors because we have the nature spirit, get outdoors. You know, the weather is changing outside. In some areas is already summer, you know. Schools are out, you know, get out into the parks, go for a walk. In your neighborhood, go for a walk. Enjoy the outdoors, because the outdoors is where you're going to find even more inspiration for yourself. You know, let's talk about Capricorns as far as your feet goes. Capricorns, they have these like long kind of toes, and that they were made for walking. They grip anything. You know, you can climb a hill. So you may think about going hiking. You are flat-footed, some of you, so you can go for long walks. But there's no limit when it comes to your creativities. But Spirit is saying that you need to be reminded. So going out, walking in nature is how you will be able to be motivated. We have the number 40. Here's another 4. So now we have 3 wishes on the board. The number 40. This is pleasure. You know, this is your joy guides coming through. You want more fun. You want pleasure in your life. Pleasure can come to us in many different ways. Some people enjoy the pleasures of eating, right? is pleasurable to them, tasting different foods. So you may start going out to different festivals and enjoying new foods and drinks and things of that nature. Pleasure can come from going to amusement parks, being that the weather has broken, and just enjoying yourself with the crowds, going to summer concerts in the park. But Spirit is saying that you want a little more pleasure in your life, and you welcome to have these pleasures in your life. We have the number 50, right? Connection. We have the number 50, which is connection. Spirit is saying that meditate. You know, I just did a Leo reading on my TikTok platform, and they had the meditation card as well. This is a whole different deck, but their first card that came out was for them to meditate. This is the third card for you, and it's telling you to meditate, to connect back to yourself, to connect back to whomever you pray to. But Spirit is saying to meditate. So maybe you have not meditated in a long time, but Spirit is saying get back to meditation so that you will be able to see, hear, feel, taste. Get back to being you, Capricorn. We have the number 49, which is opposition. We have opposition. You know, similar to the Leo reading, maybe you have Leo in your chart somewhere. You could be connected to a Leo, but it's like you're in two minds. It's like this part of you is telling you to go this way. This part of you is telling you to go that way, but you're fighting against yourself. That's why the first card that we started off with was opposition. This is you fighting against yourself. And that's a no-no. Get back into meditation. I don't feel like you're someone that's new to meditating. Get back to meditation. Ask your spiritual team to lead you. But they're telling you when you get out and get into nature, connect with nature, that you will be inspired. The ideas will start flowing in. You set limitations that if you don't do something by a certain time that you're not going to be able to do it. Spirit says anytime that you start, you're just getting started. So there is no set time on anything. As a matter of fact, there's no such thing as time, period. But this opposition, you're fighting with yourself. You're struggling, trying to figure out if you are making the right decisions for yourself. More so, not believing in the power that you have. You're a Capricorn. You are very powerful. We have the number 45. This is an ending of thinking that if I don't get something done by this time, then it's just not going to happen. You're understanding that you're putting an end to that cycle, thinking that way, because it's unnecessary for you to be in that energy. This is a closing of a cycle. This is you stopping the overthinking, putting limitations on yourself. This is you getting back out into the world and enjoying life. For someone here, you feel like life hasn't been so pleasurable. But it can be pleasurable, and it will be pleasurable if you get out the house. Spirit wants you to connect back to them. Whomever you pray to or whomever you meditate to, they want you to connect back to them, to open the mind so that you can hear, so that you can see, so that you can feel, so that you can taste, so that you will be reminded of who you are. You've been wrestling with yourself, struggling with yourself, but it's so unnecessary. But those days are coming to an end, and it's right here, right now. Spirit wants you to get back to life. We have the number 46, which is overthinking, as I just said. The overthinking, those days are over, because when you overthink, you drain yourself. That's when you make poor decisions. Spirit is saying, jump on in and be like the fool and just do it. Spirit is not telling you to do anything that's going to put you in a bad situation or a bad predicament, to get yourself in trouble or anything that's to hurt you. But Spirit wants you to stop overthinking. Spirit wants you to connect back to nature, to be grounded. You are the earth element. And Spirit wants you to connect back to the elements of who you are. We have the number 44, that's 2 wishes. We have the number 40, that's a 3rd wish. We have the number 49, that's a 4th wish. We have the number 45, that's the 5th wish. We have the number 46, that's the 6th wish. You have 6 wishes on the board so far. And here we are with the number 35. Flip it and reverse it. Then you have the number 53. Denial. Oh my goodness. Capricorn, you're in denial. You need some healing. You don't need healing from anyone but yourself. It's time for you to get grounded. It's time for you to get back to life. You are an earth element, and that's why your spiritual team is here telling you to get out into nature. What is this denial? The dreams that you have for yourself? Are you thinking that it's not going to happen, that it won't happen? Because if you're thinking like that, then you're not being in your right energy. Because the true essence of a Capricorn is them knowing they can, they will get it done. Your healers, your spiritual team, they're here to help. They want you to connect back to nature. Get outside, listen to the sounds of the birds. There's messages and everything. Go for a walk. Listen to the rustling of the leaves. Listen to the sound of the wind. Take your shoes off. Take your socks off. Step in the grass. Connect back to nature. And all those things are going to be healing for you. That's your medicine, is you connecting back to the earth. We have the number 47, which is your 7th number 4. Flip it and reverse it. It is the number 74. Capricorn, self-love. That's all that's needed, is you loving all over yourself. Giving back to you. Speaking life back into who you are. You know, when I was growing up, my grandfather never took medicine. Never. Not a Tylenol if he had a headache, not an aspirin. My grandfather did not believe in any type of doctor's medicine. That's just who he was. I'm not sitting here telling anyone not to take their medicine if their doctor prescribed it for them. But everyone's journey is different. My grandfather, I never saw him sick in my life, to be honest, to be fair. He believed in everything that came from nature, whether it be plants in the woods, because my family came from the South. Whether it be the pine from the trees, anything that was medicine from him came from the wild. But the reason why I never saw him sick is because he practiced healing by speaking to himself, by speaking to his body, his mind, his spirit. And he always spoke life into himself. And he said, these doctors don't love me, not the way I love me. They might like my insurance, they might like my money. He was an older man from the old school. But more importantly, he knew about nature. And he knew about all the healing properties of nature. Your spiritual team is here telling you self-love, to allow the nature spirit from within to heal the mind, the body, and the soul. Speak life over yourself. Setting limitations, that's not speaking life over you. That's limiting you from the things that you can have, from the things that you desire to have for yourself. The pleasures that you envision, the pleasures of life that you would desire to have for yourself, that's where joy comes in. That's once again you getting back to you speaking love over yourself. Sharing with yourself all the pleasures of life that you desire to have for you. Connecting back to the universe, to your ancestors, to your spiritual guides. When you connect back to your spiritual team through meditation, this is what you call the runner spirit. Whatever it is that you desire, they're running it. They're not walking, they're running it back to your team saying, hey, she or he desires to have this right now, because they're back to giving back to their selves, speaking life over their selves. They're giving their selves grace. They are back to loving who they are. They are no longer in two minds of being in opposition, not being able to make a decision for themselves. They are putting an ending to those thoughts because they are ready to free themselves. This is you. Time for you to nurture yourself by stepping back out into nature, putting an ending to overthinking. No more denying who you are. Thinking you can't do something when you can. Thinking that you can't have something when you can have it. No more being in denial. It's time for you to give back to who you are. It's time for you to give yourself grace by loving yourself. Because self-love is the best love. You can't do anything without having it. So speak life over yourself. Heal the mind by speaking to it. Heal the body, every part of the body, from the top of the head to the soles of the feet. Speak life over you, because the body responds when it connects back to the voice, the confidence that you had. When you set limitations on yourself, you start to lose bits and pieces of yourself. Not that it's gone, but you start to free yourself from the most important parts that you need. We always need to be connected to the mind. We always need to be connected to the eyes, the nose, the throat. To every part of us we need to be connected to. We don't necessarily lose parts of us, but we start putting those parts of us to bed when we feel like they're not serving us properly. In order for the body to serve us, we have to nurture it. We have to speak life into it. You're putting an ending to self-pity. Sometimes people get comfortable in having a pity party, but we don't want any more of those type of parties. So you're putting an end to it by going back to loving all over you, by giving yourself the love that you truly desire. And when you do that, that's pleasure in itself. We have the number 22. Now, the number 22 is the most powerful number in the universe. It truly is. I don't care what anyone has ever said to you. I'm telling you that the number 22 is the most powerful number in the universe. And the 22 represents unconditional love right here, right now, in this reading. This is your teacher, guys. When you begin to go back into your meditation, your guides step in, whether subconsciously or consciously, they step in to make you try to send you hints that's necessary for your well-being. They step in to remind you that, hey, get out of your head and get back into your soul. Connect back to the soul of you, because many of us become disconnected to the essence of who we are, and that's the soul of us. It's time for you to love yourself unconditionally once again. When you start to set limitations for yourself, that's not you loving yourself unconditionally. That's you setting conditions on what you desire to have for yourself if you don't have it by a certain time. And there's no such thing as time. The number 22 symbolizes duality, insight, relationship, adaptability, selflessness, diplomacy, and sensitivity. So when you receive the number 22, know that this is a message from your guardian angels, letting you know that you do need to trust yourself, Capricorn, and trust your instincts. The number 22 is perceived as the most powerful and creative number of all. This means you are able to overcome all kinds of obstacles, and you aren't easily knocked back by failure. However, you also love to be seen as successful, and you will be. However, you need to get back to life. You need to get back into nature to achieve what you feel like you've been struggling in, because you have become frustrated in the way that your life has been going. But know that the struggles are no more. There's an ending here, which is the number 45. Listen, if you're thinking about love, when the number 22 comes in, when it, in the sense of love, you are someone, if you're in a relationship, that stands by his or her partner's side when required, be it emotional support or giving proper advice when needed. You are someone who does not have unrealistic or imaginary thoughts about love. However, you do care about your partner, your family, people that are close to you. And Spirit is saying, when you start connecting back to nature, connecting back to the earth, if you are single, you will be meeting someone soon. Spirit is also urging you to take your time. A lot of times people rush into situations, and when they rush in, things fizzle out just as quickly. The most important step when it comes to a relationship is building, laying the foundation together with your partner, getting to know them, everything about them. Because after all, when you meet this person, you will be a stranger to them and they will be a stranger to you. And you should want to know everything about them, not to put yourself in harm's way. But this is you, the number 22, showing yourself grace, showing yourself unconditional love, as we are all supposed to and should be doing at all times. At the bottom of the deck, we have disruption. There was a disruption. Anytime when there's a disruption, we look at that as the Tower card. There's an ending that's happening. The ending of having that pity party with yourself. Those days are over. Having the pity parties, that's a thing of the past. This disruption is necessary. This is the number 21. You know, there are so many ways to look at the number 21. You know, it could pop up in so many different places in your life, whether it be on the mailbox, whether it be on someone's license plate or yours, the number of messages that you have in the phone, on your stove, whatever the case may be, on your watch, whatever. But some of you, or maybe just one of you, may start to see this number 21 appear in your daily life. But understand that you need to have positive thoughts. Keep positive thoughts in the front of your mind. This will help you to manifest your desires in every aspect of your life. Another way to look at the number 21 is an expression of root number 3. By adding 2 plus 1, you will end up with the number 3. Root number 3 resonates with vibration of creativity and completion. We have completion. Completion is an ending to you having those woe is me vibes, having a pity party with yourself. So remember, when you see the angel number 21, it is an indication from your angels that you are able to create and manifest outcomes at a high level. As I said to you, you will be connecting through your meditations back to whomever you connect with. And they're going to be running the information back to the universe to bring you all the things that you desire to have for yourself. Your life is heading in a new and positive direction, having to do with teamwork or creative collaboration of some kind with your spiritual team, your guardian angels. So let's sum up the number 21. Whether this is a creative collaboration, whether it be with a career or in a relationship, it is sure to be rewarding. and fulfilling, bringing you closer to your soul. A lot of people get disconnected from their souls. That's when they start setting limitations for themselves. That's when they start having pity parties with themselves. That's when they begin to struggle. And then they wrestle with their thoughts. They begin to overthink. Then they're in denial of knowing what they can do versus what they think they cannot. It's time to get back to healing, loving yourself, speaking life back into yourself. It's time for you to give yourself grace. It's time for you to give yourself the unconditional love that you desire to have from someone else, but it starts with you. The 21, this 21 is Tower. It's an ending because this is your new beginning. This is the helper, your spiritual team that is saying the pity party is over. It's time for you to stand up, get outside, get grounded back to nature. Connect back to your soul and enjoy the pleasures of life. This reading is for the sign of Capricorn, male or female. This reading is for the sign of Capricorn, male or female. I didn't see the messages that came across, but I will check them. Spirit guides, help me to deliver the most accurate message that I possibly can for whomever needs to hear them. Show me exactly what I need to see. Tell me what I need to hear. Thank you. I saw waves, a rippling effect. I saw waves. Spirit guides, what message do you have for Capricorn? Spirit guides, what message do you have for Capricorn at this time? What message do you have for Capricorn? What does Capricorn need to know? It's time for them to get back to life. It's time for them to get back to life. It's time for them to get grounded. No more pity parties, right? It's time for them to enjoy the pleasures of the world. Spirit guys, what else does Capricorn need to know? What else does Capricorn need to know? What message do you have for them that I can deliver in your honor? No more overthinking. It's time for them to show themselves grace. One more card, please. One more card for the sign of Capricorn. Allow your will to be done. Thank you. What else does Capricorn need to know? Ooh, this is a lot of cards, Capricorn, but I took them. We have the number 7, which is the lover. This is the number 7, which is the lover. You know, the card says it is safe to surrender to good feelings. Enjoying the pleasures of life. Stop setting limitations. You know? This is the lover. This is you loving yourself. This is that Aphrodite spirit. Enjoying the passions of life. This is you remembering what abundance feels like. Abundance is when you feel happy. Abundance makes you smile. Abundance makes you laugh. Abundance for some people is when they feel financially stable. And if you've been feeling like I haven't had or I need more, you will have. The word in itself, abundance, means so many different things for so many different people. But the most important thing, what I'm seeing here, is you feeling safe again, is you surrendering, remembering what good feelings feel like. Instead of putting that fake smile on yourself, actually feeling it. Loving yourself. Self-love is so important. This is the number 7. We have the number 19. This is growing pains. Growing pains. Listen, it doesn't matter how old you are. We go through growing pains all the time. I'm 51 years old. I'm about to be 52 on my birthday, and I'm still going through the changes of life. I'm dealing with growing pains, and it's a beautiful thing. Healing. Growing pains means that you're healing. And we are always going to have to heal some aspects of us often. This is us learning the art of being patient for many. And especially for you, Capricorn, because you've set limitations. But just know, you don't have to set anything, but recognizing and understanding the art of having patience, that things will come in due time. Speak life into your soul, into your body, into the mind. We have the number 4 again. What if your strangeness is actually your brilliance? Maybe someone has said to you, you're acting a little strange, or you're acting a little weird, or you're being weird. But what if your strangeness is actually from your brilliance? Capricorn, you are a brilliant person. This card is being represented by the moon. Once again, it's duality. You are a hidden gem, and you are ready to be seen. No more holding yourself back. No one else is holding you back but you. Listen, it's time for you to use your secret power. And to fuel your energy, you need to step back into nature. To get grounded with the things around you, the pleasures that are around you. The rustling of the trees, of the leaves. Walking through the grass with your shoes off, energizing. Feeling the wind against your skin. Even when it's raining, step outside into the rain. You know, I laugh when I see people running, jumping in their cars when it begins to rain, like they're scared of water. If you wash up, then you shouldn't be scared of water, scared of getting wet. Enjoy nature, the beauty of it, and being able to feel so that you can heal. We have the number 16, and we know that in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, the number 16 is linked to the Tower of Destruction card. But understand the things that almost broke you. by you setting these limitations, you know, and you feeling like I should have been there already, or I should have been able to complete this by now. Look at this person. Their head is in their lap. Like they can't get up, but you can get up. Get up and get out and get active. The things that almost broke you, let them go. You're awake. It's time for you to get out and enjoy life. This card, the number 16, is the awakened dead. Because dead is a lack of not having, of feeling depleted. But when you honor the self, thyself, thy mind, thy body, then you will have a appreciation for who you are. You are very resilient. And once again, I have to say it's time to get back to life. We have the number 32. We have the great goddess. The number 32, flip it and reverse it. It is the number 23. You know, you're transcending. Sometimes that feels a little uncomfortable. It feels like you are going through growing pains. And for some, it's very uncomfortable. It makes you think about things that you felt like they were in the past, but things just resurfaces all over again. But it's just to show you how far you've come. You've endured a lot, Capricorn. But the fight is not over. There's always going to be a battle. But it's how you overcome is what's important, and how you use your power. We have the number 30, the shaman. This person has, am I crazy? Or is the moon? You're not crazy. And this card is right on top of the overthinking. When you overthink, it makes you feel like you're a lunatic because your mind is never at rest. But sometimes we battle with the mind. We battle with the mind for ego because that's when we are in our ego. We battle with the mind when we fear. You're not a lunatic. This is you connecting to the cosmos. This is you standing back in your strength. Once again, we have the Seeker. The beauty of this card, the Seeker, which is the number 36. We have two cards, Growing Pains and the Seeker. Similar, aren't they? But both is with their third eye open. Neither one of the cards are the third eye closed. That means you are well aware of what you're dealing with when it comes to you, what you're going through. And you know that you are having this pity party because you want to. You are well aware how to get yourself out of this sticky situation. Could you surrender just a bit more? Surrender back to your soul and get out of the ego. The Seeker, get back to life. You are all-seeing, Capricorn. And it's time for you to release the negative thoughts. It's a must. It's time for you to get grounded, to be passionate again about the things that you desire to have in your life. It's time for you to welcome the positive energies that you have sought, that you seek. The number 28, dark night of the soul. Doesn't feel good, does it? The dark night of the soul never feels good for anyone. Someone asked me, how many times do you go through the dark night of the soul? Often. Often. Because you're always going to go through a transformation. You're always going to have an ending that makes you feel uncomfortable. That tower of destruction. But through that ending, there's an awakening. There's a new beginning. So how many times do you go through the dark night of the soul? Often. You'll handle it better. Each and every time you'll get stronger. We have the number 15, magic mushroom. The number 15, stay open to the good and beautiful things that surround you. When you get back out into nature by going for a walk, even if you're going to the park, to a festival, you know, because parks around the world, they have music festivals, they have food festivals. Get back out into nature and enjoy the beautiful things of life by listening to the birds, seeing the butterflies. You know, miracles happen when you're outside. Miracles happen when you're inside. But more importantly, your angels are always around. You may see a butterfly depending on what color it is. It symbolizes a message of what the angels are trying to send to you. You know, that's what you call fairy energy. For some of you who don't believe in angels, but others of you believe in fairies, they're the same. This is you opening up to being able to see again, to hear again, to feel again, to taste again, removing the overthinking. The bonus cards that we have is the number 20, the gifted guide. Some people look at you as the gifted guide, Capricorn, the person that gives great advice. But then you look at your spiritual team as being the gifted guides for you. And they're saying to you, Capricorn, you don't need to have it all figured out. The stars will do that for you. Release the chaos because there are so many opportunities that surround you. You do not need to have it all figured out. That's the ego. We have the number 34, flip it and reverse it. It's the number 43. Listen, the goddess of the sea. So once again, you could be connected to a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It's time to come home. Capricorn, it's time for you to come back to yourself. It's time for you to get grounded. You are an earth sign. It's time for you to see the abundance that surrounds you. Listen, when you go through the dark night of the soul, that's what we call a purification. That's releasing the ego and connecting back to the soul. It's time for you to come back to your soul. It's time for you to come back to you. We have The protectress. This is the number 9. The number 9 is one of my favorite numbers, just as well as the number 43. But the card is the number 34. We flip it and reverse it. It is the number 43. However, your energy is valuable. Protect it well. We have spirits around us that don't want us to succeed. There are people that can send negative spirits towards you to tear you down, to hurt, to harm in some type of way, whether it's mental, physical, or emotional. To block those negative spirits, you have to know your power. And knowing your power is so important. You are most powerful when you release the ego. Your strength is releasing the ego. You setting boundaries with people and yourself is releasing the ego. And some of you may need to pull out your amulet. Some of you, there's someone here that keeps a stone of some sort in their pocketbook or in their pocket around them. Spirit is saying, don't just let that amulet sit there. Charge it up. A lot of people, they think having stones is just having a stone, or having a crystal is just having a crystal, and you can just sit it on your nightstand, sit it on your dresser, wherever you put it, and it's just going to work for you. And that's not the truth. A stone of some sort, whatever you're using it for, it needs to be charged. You charge it with your energy, and you have to speak to it. There's someone here that does keep a stone in their possessions of their pocketbook or in their pocket. However, don't just let it sit there. Charge it. Speak to it so that it can work for you. Stones are energy, but energy has to be charged. We are all energy, and we have to be charged. That's why it's so important to speak life into you. That's how you protect yourself. The number 9 is the protectress. And when the protectress appears, this is someone that's saying to you, hey, Capricorn, your energy is valuable. You haven't been protecting your energy. You haven't been keeping your energy charged. That's why you feel depleted. That's why you were in this state of having limitations, feeling like you're not getting anywhere and you're not where you feel like you should have been. There's no such thing as time. And understanding that there's no such thing as time, then you wouldn't put these restrictions over your life. There's a Capricorn that's doing something right now for his or herself, and that's when it was supposed to happen for you. Contrary to what you thought, contrary to what you believe, we have many life cycles. That's why you go through the dark night of the soul as often as you do. The dark night of the soul is endings for transformation. So once again, someone asks, how many times do I go through the dark night of the soul? And it's often. There's no number that you can put on how many times that endings will happen in your life in order for you to have a new beginning, in order for you to have a transformation of some sort. Transformations come in when you acknowledge, when you can see when you have learned and when you have healed. Spirit is saying for you to heal, Capricorn. It's time for you to get grounded, connect back to the earth. You are an earth sign, and this is where you get your energy from. Even if you go and sit in the park just to feel the wind on the body, to let it brush across your face, to let it brush across your hair, to listen to the sounds of the trees, the rustling of the leaves, the sounds of the birds, near and in the distance. This is you connecting back to the chakras. This is you connecting back to your soul. This is you taking your shoes off and your socks off and walking through the grass. And you don't have to walk through the grass at the park. You can walk through the grass in your own yard, somewhere where you feel comfortable at. And sometimes, you know, people are so afraid to walk in grass because they're like, what if a dog urinated here? What if a dog did a number 2 here? Sometimes, do you know people buy patches of grass just to have it to be able to sink their feet into? You can grab those from Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever the case may be, but you can buy patches of grass so that you know that that grass is safe for you to step in with your bare feet. We have at the bottom of the deck the number 5. This card is the potential and possibilities, because possibilities are endless, Capricorn. This is you having the potential, and this is you knowing that possibilities are endless. This is you knowing that your future is going to be great. This is you connecting back to your higher self, no longer allowing yourself to give to that pity party. No longer you give in to that self-pity. This calling is for you. Reach out to your potential. You have unlimited potential. You are the earth. You hold great power, Capricorn. And it's time for you to use it. There's someone here that does know how to use their powers. There's someone here that does know how to recharge back to who they are by connecting with nature. And Spirit is saying, do it. It's so important for you to do it. Connect back. Connect back, Capricorn. You know, when I see the Awakened Dead card, you know, I was watching this video, and it was on YouTube, and it's of this family that I enjoy watching. They're very pleasurable for me. And they are always saying, can these dry bones live, right? That's when they are restoring something. Whether they bought a trailer, a single wide trailer, and it was used, falling apart, but they restored it. They resurrected it. They had a camper that the husband, wife, and children lived in, and now they're restoring this camper. When they got the camper, it was used, but they lived in it for over a year. Now they just pulled it out and they're restoring it again to be able to sell or to donate. They haven't made their minds up, which I do believe they know which way they want to go. However, for viewership, they have to say, well, I may give it away or I may sell it. However, the awakened dead, you are here. And the possibilities are endless for you. Growing pains is just like the dark night of the soul. The seeker is just like going through the dark night of the soul. When we wrestle with ourselves, we are going through the dark night of the soul. When we're overthinking, we are going through the dark night of the soul. There's always going to be an ending to something that no longer serves you, so that you can always have your new beginning. How many times? As often as necessary. So you have been feeling a little uncomfortable. And things are supposed to make you feel uncomfortable so that your eyes are wide open. Pay attention. The signs are there. Spirit guys, what message do you have for Capricorn? Thank you. We have sex shop. It's time for you to get your sexy back, Capricorn. Are you working on getting your sexy back? Because this doesn't mean that you're going to a sex shop, but you could be working on yourself. Possibly trying to lose weight. Changing your hairstyle. Summer is approaching, so when summer comes in, people hair tends to get a little lighter, right? And when winter comes in, then your hair gets a little darker, right? But sex shop, Capricorn, male or female, you're getting your sexy back. You're ready to go outside and have a little fun, to enjoy nature. Listen, I love this. Fighting for what you love. Claiming what's yours. Love is most definitely a battlefield. Do you remember Pat Benatar? Well, listen, I listen to all types of music, okay? And I love all types of music, all genres of music. I even love opera, true story. However, fighting for what you love. You're fighting for you. You're fighting for your happiness. You're fighting for your peace of mind. You're fighting for your future. And you're claiming what's yours. And you're taking your mental health back. No longer being in that self-pity mode. And you understand that love is a battlefield. The dark night of the soul is continuous. You're constantly going to go through it. It's not just going to happen one time in your life. It's not just going to happen 5 times in your life or 20 times. It's consistently going to happen. Anytime that the universe has to step in to remove something, to show you something that no longer serves you, that's putting an end to a situation in order for you to have a new beginning. The number 16 is supposed to make you feel uncomfortable. The dark night of the soul makes you feel uncomfortable. The Tower card makes you feel uncomfortable. It's supposed to, so that you can learn. I welcome the dark night of the soul. I welcome it. I welcome the Tower card because I love to learn. Setting the record straight. See this person? There's nobody in the card but this person. Standing in that mirror, looking at yourself and speaking life into yourself. That's what you're going to be doing, Capricorn. You're setting the record straight. Because who heals us? Our voices. We heal ourselves. So it's time for you to get back to life and speak life back into you. No more pity party. No more woe is me. Capricorn, at the bottom of the deck, bugaboo. This bugaboo card means so many different things, right? Depending on what side of the fence you stand on, this bugaboo card means so many different things. A bugaboo could mean someone bothering you that you don't want to deal with. A bugaboo could mean someone that is not your taste, right? You feel like they are less than what you desire to have as a partner or a mate. But a bugaboo, you're shunning away anything and anyone that's not on your caliber. Like I said, there's someone that's coming in if you're single, but you're not jumping in just because you're going to meet someone. You're going to evaluate the situation because you want safety. You want to make sure that this person is safe. You want to make sure that they're worth your time. You're putting yourself first. You're speaking life back into yourself, and you'll take nothing less than what you deserve. The possibilities are endless. So if the person that's coming in, if you feel like you're a bugaboo, you're going to be nice. I'm not interested. And you're moving on. But you're going to be doing everything in a tasteful way. Capricorns. Protect yourself well, because your energy is valuable. I thank you for taking the time to watch. I'm truly grateful. I send to you nothing but love and light. When you send someone love and light, that's someone who has gone through the dark night of the soul many times. Love and light. You have to stand in love with yourself. And you have to be someone who's gone through the darkness and now they're standing in light. And if you're watching tarot, you've been on both sides. So I send you nothing but love and light. That's restoration. Good night.